here for round 2. Currently undefeated at 1-0. I'm ready to rumble. My hand is not very ready to rumble though. We have 3 lands. We have no blue source and, you know, no red source, but that's not entirely necessary, and all of our red sources come attached to blue sources anyway. We can get our charge on. We can play Hedron Archive, but, like, we're not going to have any real way to catch back up just because we don't have any red. We're not going to be able to play the Chandra, so I think this is a mulligan. I mean, 18 blue sources is a lot, and then, you know, you could find another one with Anticipate potentially, but we're just going to have such a hard time coming from behind, and since most of our blue sources, well, not most, but some of our blue sources enter the battlefield tapped too, I'm just going to have to mulligan this. This hand is much better. We have 2 removal spells, Spell Shrivel, Majoring Network. We got a Scry coming. We're good. We're good to go. Fumarole, I think, is something I'm going to pass on. And our opponent's on 6 cards also, so fair is fair. So, oh dear. Well, I'm going to play this basically how I played round 1, where we're going to charge on 2, have Spell Shrivel on 3, and then play our ETB tap land, and our opponent did not play a second land. So we're kind of running away with it. And what are the odds that we need to Spell Shrivel a 2-drop that we also can't Contortion? I don't think it's very high, so I'm just going to play the Highland Lake here. Might be a little greedy. Alright, opponent finds second land. And we could just jam Hedron Archive, which is like pretty aggressive, but I'm down. Yeah, so they're the blue-red flyer deck. That is fine with me. I may want to Spell Shrivel a Fevered Visions, but at this point I don't even think so, because I have so much mana, I'm probably just going to be able to play whatever I have, so I'm fine with just killing that thing before they can play a Colorless Source and maybe bounce it. But heads up play by my opponent, playing the Infiltrator in response to the Archive when I could not Spell Shrivel it, or, you know, Clash of Wills it. So, yet again, no play by my opponent. And I could just jam Drowner. They have Clash in their deck, though, which makes me not want to do that. They don't have another 2/1 flyer. So if my opponent plays Fever Visions here, I'd probably counter it. Definitely just going to keep my Archive in play. And we're still not going to slam headfirst into a counterspell, because we're in a pretty good spot. We can just sit on our Majoring and charge it up. Yeah, we have so many counterspells now. And our opponent has basically the same counters we do. I think they have Clash and Spell Shrivel, so eventually we're just going to be able to overpower them. Just play a spell that they actually just can't counter. I mean, hopefully we just keep making our land drops, and that's kind of what we're doing. So what would I need to play around here? I would need to play around a Spell Shrivel or a Clash of Wills for 3. And I can do both. So I think that's probably in my best interest. Not really sure how I can get punished here. So I basically know that my Drowner is going to resolve, and then the worst that they could do is play a Castigator, but that's still really bad for them because 5/5 lines up so well against Castigator. Okay, so Fiery Impulse for 2. Guess I'll let that resolve. And Firecraft that can't be countered. Oh, I walked right into that. That's okay, though. So I could be a little greedy here and just fire up the Fumarole. Kind of want to do that. So I'll get in my hit for 6 when I can. I still have Spell Shrivel up. If we get into a mini counter war, like they play a 3 or 4 and then have their own Clash of Wills backup, I could potentially just sack a Scion and then have my own Clash of Wills. And yep, here's Fevered Visions. And our hand has so many counter spells. I feel like I should just counter this. I would certainly like the extra cards, but so would they, and their curve is a lot cheaper, so I think I'm in a better spot if I just don't do this. Spawning Vet is pretty nice. Make 3 more Scions. Not too excited to fire up Fumarole into open red mana either, so not gonna do that. Ew. Ew. Well, can't really turn down that. So we'll pay the 4. And you can clash for 1 if you want. Kill an additional Scion. And then take you down to 2. And then you can play something to kill the Chandra, but you still have to deal with 2 Scions and a Fumarole, which seems very unlikely. Alright, what is good against 2/1 flyers? Kozilek's Return is not bad. Kind of like Drowner of Hope. Negate in small doses seems decent. I can also see Fire Impulse being okay. We do have Contortions and a lot of K returns, though. Clash does not seem great, and Jace does not seem great. I could probably cut an Ulamog, too. Thought not. It's decent. They do have Firecraft, which is a clean answer. Possible that I would want some Fire Impulses, but I have 4 Contortion, 4 K return, and then still stuff like Chandra. It's possible I don't want any Ulamogs, actually. It is really expensive, and they are trying to kill me very quickly, so I could totally see just like cutting Ulamog and a land. Probably a Shrine. Let's try that. And then what do I want? I want Jace, Impulse, Negate, Clash. I have a lot of options. Impulse is kind of rough with only 12 red sources. Let's do the negate. 3 might be too many negates. I think cutting the Ulamogs is probably correct, though. Let's say it is Dees. Opponent mulligans yet again. Surround is good, just need some lands. Opponent doesn't play second land again, okay. Not like I can really punish them. Alright, so they hit again, and now we're discarding. Maybe they'll play a rattle chain or whatever. Or whatever indeed. So I am going to impulse this. I could try and get more value out of Kozilek's return, but I'm not going to do that. And it's possible that taking the shields down when they could have Fever Visions is a bad idea. So what are we discarding here? They didn't play another Rattle Chain, so I think I can discard a K return. Ooh, land. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, we're just kind of doing it now. It's kind of tough because they could just counter my Thought Knots, which I would not like. But we can't really play Draw-Go when our hand's a bunch of sorceries, and we don't have a lot of good answers to like Golden Knight Castigators. So yeah, this is getting countered. We're getting shrived. Maybe clashed? Maybe nothing? Should probably counter this. No, 4/9 please. Thank you. Alright. We'll just pass it back now because we can actually cast Anticipate. Could anticipate main to try and hit a land, but I don't really like that. Now I think I'm just going to wait until I have Negate open. Force through one of my 4s. Probably going to lead with Thought Knot again. Oh, that's a tilt. So we'll lead with Archive, see if they want to counter it. They negate. I'm going to negate back. And then if this resolves, we can safely play Thought Knot. If it doesn't resolve, we can just charge, no big deal. This does resolve. I have no idea what that means, but we're still going to jam. Oh no, they had it! Alright, so they're down to 3 cards. They get a draw step though, so it's 4 cards to 4 cards, but we have a pretty big mana advantage now. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do. Could just make Scions. I mean, they have a lot of trouble dealing with a bunch of different threats. possible that their hand is just a bunch of firecrafts and stuff. I don't really want to play a 6 into a spell shrivel though. So yeah, we'll just pass. And again, we get to charge and activate Spawning Bed. So Spawning Bed's pretty nice. Dim Chains. Okay. I am down with them fighting over these cave returns. I got plenty. Alright, well, it is looking not too bad for us. Okay, that's cool. This is not all that unexpected, so. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just down with that, actually. Especially if you are all out of negates. At least for now. Man, Shrine is so good in this deck. Shrine Spell Shrivel is like just another reason to play Shrivel. Alright, so apparently they were not all out of negates. But we can fight back. I think I just want to go beatdowns. Oh, wow. Not a bad draw from us. Still just living in constant fear of the 4/9, but doesn't actually, you know, take out Chandra or anything, so. Could certainly just cast Anticipate, but I think we will go for the kill and see what happens. Yeah, we win. So, yeah, 2-0.